Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to Gravel for the final time, as we have looked at the DLC patch. Beginning of the Ice and Fire pack, which was alright, just a bit samey with the event variety, mostly being checkpoint races. Then the King of the Buggies, which has been the king of the DLC pack so far. Fantastic vehicles, all 5 of them to drive. Then the Armoured Operation, which we tried out last time, which is a bit up and down in vehicle quality. But now we head to the Corda River Expedition as we try and win the final 24 stars out of 270, beginning with a lap race round the dam in Arizona. Figure of 8 race as well for 3 laps. So we're in the Extreme Racing cars. Let's see what we can select then, as we'll also be giving our thoughts about gravel throughout the whole of this episode. So it's definitely going to be the Opel could get. We need the most powerful car, maybe. Subaru's right up there, 280. Not too bad. 4-wheel drive as well, which we need for some dirt. Or maybe just go with the Mitsubishi. Should we just go with the Mitsubishi? You actually have to be perfect for this race. Otherwise, you just can't take the lead. There's no room to make a move. At the start, this like third was very... There's no rock there. What the fuck? So we are in Colorado, rowing up for the first time in our Mitsubishi. So I don't know why we've got that up. We definitely need to go forward. As we launch ourselves up into third. Fabulous start. Right in the tail end of second. Perfect start. As we've got the run on second as... Oh, they flip over. So climb the hill. Right in the tail end of the leader. So exactly where we want to be, but from one place. As we go into the first corner. Slight lift. I'm trying to take that tight line again to set up the move like we did on second until they, flipped over. So the leader a bit wide. Right on their tail, come on! Now they just have to run in a straight line. We've got to run in the first corner though, much closer. Got the inside line now. Yes, taking the lead. Not too sideways either. You can see you can't use fifth. Fifth just drags you down. Need to be in third or fourth. We've got uphill, all on 2 wheels towards the line. We've taken it. Just. Had to win by 7/10 ahead of a fellow Evo 10 and an all Evo 10 podium header Super in the Alpine and a Cadet. So we've done the figure of 8 race, just concentrating hard to win that one. But now we are doing an elimination race round the oval, as we get to choose one of the cross-country A cars to select, as you can choose one of the Dakar cars, but I think we'll just stick with the car we've already got chosen. We need horsepower around it. We need a Bronco. That's all we've gone wide. Thank you, car. So you go then in our Bronco, our hero. He's going to be strong. He's going to be upright. He's going to be powering through to the lead. Or fourth. Already ahead of the Hummer. On the inside, got his fellow Ford being slowed down in front. Terrible contact with the Ford though. It's almost over the rocks, but we've got the inside line on the Hummer as the Mini leads. And the Mini not that quick though. Good tackling deserts, but not good round and over, and it's like, because it's holding off the Nissan. And ourselves down the inside. Can we take the lead? Hard on the power. Trying the inside manoeuvre. Trying to block that cutback. We are into the lead already. Let's try and get this right. God, the car just loves sliding, doesn't it? Let's get a little sideways glance at the driver, working the wheel. And had lots of opportunity to see that. Didn't have lots of opportunity to talk about gravel in the previous race. We were concentrated so hard just to grab the win. Now we're just sitting here. Let's actually begin our kind of review and look at gravel. So, first off, the DLCs, seeing as we're playing them. Did they had a lot? Iceland, I was hoping for a bit more. I said, I heard it was ice and fire. I thought we'd have that volcano erupting. It might have some different layouts. That would have been really cool. Understand why though, it's a lot of work. But Iceland was alright. The vehicle DLCs have been the best though. Like the buggies were super fun. The variety and the military vehicles were pretty good. Not as good as the buggies, but still not that bad. In Colorado so far, it's just a flat out blast at the moment. We've seen. It seems alright. Hopefully we get quite a variety of layouts. I've only seen 2 quite flat out ones so far. Is the DLC worth it? Now with the price of gravel, probably is. Chucked into the game, it's probably on sale. It'll probably be a tenner in total, so they'll say it's worth it then. Separate at the time, probably not. And again, it still irks me that they had this roadmap for the DLC out months before the game. But even before we heard proper details about the game, like, here's our DLC roadmap. We're not telling you much about the game, but you know, buy it. And the DLC. Just buy that as well. You know, it's a package. I hate when companies do that. We've seen it with Dirt Rally 2.0 as well. We see it with lots of games, unfortunately. You see it with lots of AAA games as well. You know, Assassin's Creed. You know, Ubisoft are especially bad at it. And EA. Their microtransactions. They put in like Battlefront, in Need for Speed Payback. And we've seen companies roll back from those microtransactions as well. As we just held on to the win there. It sounded very close, but well done, Bronco. As we eliminated everyone. So it was the right choice, even though it's a bit sad now, as they're waiting for Noctinus and Navarre livery. The guy that came second. So next up, the short layout. Round the dam. This time one of our favourite car cars, it's the extreme racing cars, the 90s and 1000s rally cars. Basically, Group A rally cars. So let's see what we shall race. So we've got the Toyota naturally ticked. So our first car we drove actually in gravel, wasn't it? So we've got the Beast, the Lancia Delta Integre. But I do like the old Subaru. Oh, what do we go with? The Ford Escort as well, Cosworth. No, let's just go with the Lancia. We've got lots of new liveries as well to show off. Whoa! What? Try and get around the outside. The Subaru, no! What the hell? Come on. Why did it do that? Oh, fuck off. Too hard in our Lancia Delta as we get underway. On tarmac? Never seen such a thing. Has he got to do that race? Is it a short layout then if it's just do that? Says a bit unfair starting on a straight when we're in the quickest or most powerful car at least. This class already up to third. Working on the Subaru. Really working that Subaru hard. Down the inside of the Abarth as well for the lead. Let's get out of here, road signs. You're not blocking us. So Abarth wants to fight. Not giving him a fight though. We're running away. This is an interesting course though, with the tarmac and the gravel. Very wide open sections as well. Definitely chose the right car with the Lancia. Shouldn't have turned it up to 6th though. That basically just killed the speed and the revs. Not sure that jump deserved the fireworks, but we'll take them. But this layout's already reminding me those tight hairpins being quite quick, quite twisty in parts. Reminds me of the Australian layout, the Outback layout, the Iron Mine. And talking of layouts and content for this game, we've talked about the DLC which got added, which is perhaps not really worth it, especially for the price it was being sold at originally, but maybe on sale it is. So about the original content in this game, the locations, the vehicles, game modes. And disappointingly, the only kind of offline game mode which is worth it is this, the Off-Road Masters. This is what the game was built around. Kind of like, I think it was Grid 2 which also had the kind of TV format. They haven't really pushed it on the Off-Road Masters, they just have it in replays. And they have the announcer as well, who kind of adds to it, but it doesn't really feel like kind of a TV format. So that kind of ambition kind of falls flat. I know the intros for each master is pretty nice. Kind of cheesy, but I think that's what they're kind of going for. As a complete to that. That was not a short layout of that. 229, get out of here. I think the running race working. So, yeah, game mode is not that good. There was also online, but I never really got to play online, unfortunately. So I can't tell you what that was like. You also got time attack and weekly challenges as well, but don't seem like weekly challenges really worth it. So it's basically just off-road masters, and the masters themselves and the different game types are pretty cool, I'll say. Like the Wild Rush, Stadium Master, you got the Final Master as well, Master of all the types. Got the Speed Cross, which is basically just Rally Cross. And you got the Circuit Race as well. So you got all these different masters, and I like the kind of concept. As I said, maybe not fully realised. There's like a TV show concept, but concept's nice. Gives good variety as well, apart from when at the Iceland DLC it was just speed. No, checkpoint races, wasn't it? Unfortunately, the game difficulty actually might be one of the toughest milestone games, because I'm playing this on hard and I'm still finding it hard to do a couple of the races. So difficulty seems to be alright, maybe a bit extreme for an arcade racer, I'll say, but then I guess some arcade races are actually damn hard. Especially the ones when you had them in the arcades. That's how they get your money. That's how I was bankrupt by the age of 10. That's how they get you. So, yeah, difficulty is alright, and as I said, the locations are nicely designed. As I said about the DLC, same with the original, and good variety of car classes. What the hell is that? Keep going! Get going! Get going! Go! What the hell? How are we still leading? Well, we're gonna win. But fucking hell, what was that in the final corner? We just took it normally. As we win by 4/10 over the Subaru, the Abarth and Ford Escort. And we'll expand on our thoughts on the locations during a smash up. As we've got the right vehicle to smash it up, we've got the trophy truck, so do you go with the BMW? I think we go with the BMW, don't we? No. Yeah, let's go with the BMW. So you've got a beat 253.660 from Alvaro Diaz. And then James Wilson and Nathan Peters done 255.107, 256.994 to get 2 stars. And then just for a single star, going to beat Pedro Rodriguez. There's 258.5 at 9 7 and below. So here we go then. This should be great fun. I forgot about Smash Up. This is the worst game mode ever. It's one thing I really hate. It's stuff which is just chance. Which is this. Maybe that's why I like Sims a bit more, but then I do like rallying. Rallying can be chance at times. Yeah, whoever thought of Smash Up. I hope you now clean the toilets, okay? That's all I can say. But yeah, as I said, the other game modes I'm alright with. We're alright with Speed Cross. Speed Cross is a nice little variant on Rallycross. Didn't expect to be enjoying it that much, but it's actually not too bad. God, we're way behind the times. Feels like. God, getting this thing round corners. I thought this is the most manoeuvrable of the trophy trucks, but my God, look at it. Doesn't even want to go round corners. God, this is terrible. Why are you trying to jump into a building? So, we don't have the splits. That would have been cool and interesting for a Smash Up, have them on both sides. Again, just give you a bit more variety and choice as well. Maybe that's something they haven't taken advantage of enough. So these game modes. Oh, it's Speed Cross. I actually have the Joker app included. Or Joker layout included. That would be an interesting variant. Just to mix it up a bit. But yeah, the locations mostly been alright. As I said, cars have mostly been alright. It's been nice variety, like having the trophy trucks, having the buggies included, having rally cars of all eras as well. Same with rallycross cars. Actually having fishy licensed rallycross cars as well. Same with the tracks. Didn't expect that. Especially as Codemasters holds the official license at the moment. As we have failed, I think. Can't remember now. It's going to be close. It'll be very close. Says we're first. Hey, we did it by 6/10. Well done, BMW. You know, I always believed in it, you know. So we've got a new livery for the Lancer 037. As we're halfway through. Talking about the content as well. That Lancer 037, that was in Dirt Rally, but not in Dirt Rally 2.0. I wonder if maybe Milestone got the license to that. Has we've got that race around the long layout now, 8 kilometers, and we're doing it in big extreme racing cars, which are basically older rally cars. So, do we go in the Ford Escort, Porsches, or the Lancers? Oh, we've got the Renault R5 Maxi Turbo. Thrown to the mix. Now let's go with... Should we go with the Porsche? We're fine. Landed it. Especially the crash physics. Says, whoa! That was not really worth it. What? Why am I flipping again? Oh, thanks. You're paying for that. So we are revving up then in the Porsche. As we get underway for the long layout. Let's see what this is a mixture of then. So we've got the short layout. Used to this start, or we're going the opposite direction. So we've got to get in between the Lanciers. He just squeezed us. Oh, and then they slow down again. Good job, Lancers. So he hits us. God, I thought we headed for a rock and flip in that. But we survive up to 5th. Didn't really make up many places, considering we got the second most powerful car, second fastest car, horsepower-wise. May just got the gearing wrong as you make it up to 4th though. Looking up lots of places in this section. Do not do that. Yes, hello fellow Porsche. Come to greet our elders. That's how you do it, right? You just headbutt them. Or maybe it's just my family? I don't know. As you get up to 3rd. Looking down the inside for 2nd. With the Lancia. Oh, he goes left. Late decision there from the leader. It's cost him. There's now we're the leader. Well, I think we're only like, I know, a minute. This is probably like a 5-minute lap, isn't it? Or something ridiculous. It's all tight hairpin. So yeah, as I talked about content-wise, good variety of cars. Variety of locations. Again, if it was half-price title, it'd be okay for 30 quid, but for full-price title, maybe a lack of locations. And just a general lack of stuff to do in the game. As I said, there's only really 2 or 3 kind of offline modes. You got time trial as well. You got time attack. You got the Riki challenge, and then you got this off-road masters. Then online, you just got online. I think it was with all the different modes you could select. But again, as I said, I didn't try online, so I can't really rate that. But offline, yeah, just lack of what to do really in this game. Apart from off-road masters. Oh, you got quick race as well. Got to mention that as hello. Again, that lack of game modes maybe pushes it down to that kind of £30 price point, especially when you consider this off-road masters you could do in 10 to 15 hours. I think I've done it in 15 or something, so I've taken a bit longer because I really did struggle with like the smash ups, especially early on. I was actually abysmal at them. So they seem to be a bit easier in the DLCs. Oh, it's only 3.5 minutes on the long layout. That's not too bad. Oh, I see what's happened. We've got 6th gear is way too long, I think, so it's not really effective. And 5th is just too short, so he can't stay in 5th. So do not go over the bloody things. Let's get out of here, Lancia. I'll push you into a rock. So yeah, content just lacking for a full price title. Especially as I said, the main kind of thrust of offline, this off-road master can be completed quite easily. Or quite quickly as well. But I say good variety of vehicles, having trophy trucks, having Dakar vehicles, having rally cars, Group A, Group... Not really Group B, but... You've got 70s. Group A, you got World Rallycross cars as well, so... And then having the military vehicles and the buggies from the DLC is just... That's a little icing on, or cherry on top, should I say, on top of the icing. So, vehicle variety is pretty good. Locations... Bit up and down. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Iron Mine or the Australian layout. Maybe not the biggest fan of the Arizona at the moment then, but... I'd say it reminds me of that. But in Namibia is nicely kind of design. I'd say good variety of the layouts. Especially with Iceland coming in, having that snow along with Mont Blanc. Wish I did more with Mont Blanc. That's the problem with some of the layouts, some of the locations. very limited in what you can do there. Like, I can understand with the Colosseums, like the LA Coliseum and the Florida Stadium layouts. I can understand that just being kind of trophy truck races. Same with the speed cross courses, but the actual locations such as Namibia, Australia, the Oceania, the Paradise layout. Same with Alaska. I'm trying to think on the top of my head now. The layout's Namibia. The same problem with, I think it was V-Rally 4 from Kiloton. Like, just some locations just don't offer enough. Some offer plenty. It's just that difference, which is a bit annoying, which is a bit harsh. I'd say Mont Blanc. And then that might be the ice racing. I say maybe Mont Blanc. Maybe that's why they don't have that much choice. As God, this was a close one. We just about win it though. Let's get out of it, Lancia. Totally fair racing at the end. So we had to use some NASCAR tactics at the end to win by a tenth. We have the Lancer 0.37. Then half a second back to the Porsche. 1.3 back to another Lancer. And the Stratus was just 3.7 back. As we head back to the Oval for another lap race. This time in the cross-country A cars. So to go back in the Bronco. Another oval race. Or do we go with a Bulldog? One of the Toyotas or one of the Dakar cars? Or with the Hummer? Not sure the Hummer can go around the corners, unfortunately. So let's go with the Bulldog. As we rev up then for that race. Oh, look at the Bulldog go. I'll keep forgetting to change gears. It's got good traction around the outside though. Very good traction around the outside. Sweeps into fifth. Oh, here's a certificate. Did not mean to select that though. So the Mini's a bit all crossed up in front. Now let's have a fantastic run on them. God, the traction on this thing just grips. Instantly. So now we just got to chase down the leader. So yeah, content rise, especially with that addition of the DLC or the free vehicles as well. Having that electric vehicle, I can't remember which class it was. That was pretty damn cool. So yeah, the rest of the DLC, like the free vehicles, is a nice addition. It's just some locations let it down. Maybe just having a couple more locations just to fill that out would have been nice. But then you do have good variety of, say, kind of race types. Plus in the actual episodes, you have like championships as well, which kind of had nice variety and spice stuff up. So we're really getting on the leader now, heading on to the final lap. Have we got enough time though? We've got just this corner really to overtake them. No, we've messed up. God, you need to be much better in that corner. Again, to the bottom right as well, it's not very clear with the UI that I'm using. When to change gear, that should have been a bit better. So down the inside maybe. Oh, in the final corner. The old bump and run. You take it. As he just beat the Hilux by 4 tenths. Oh, Hudson Williams, what a name. What a loss. As he go up to level 86 and get a new livery for the Volkswagen Polo. As all the final Normal event, because we've got a championship coming up to end it all. Round the long layout, time attack. And we need extreme racing cars. So we're going to be in the trusty Vauxhall. Lancia Delta S4, Lancia Delta ECV. Or Toyota 2D. Should we be in... We've already been in a Lancia, haven't we? We've got to be in the stealth machine, the kit machine. So we've got to beat Thomas King's 312.337. And then James Wilson and Max Woods 314.194, 315.740. And then Elias Cernan has a 318.031 to get 1 star. I said do not be a rock. This is how you repay me? Because then you got straight run into this. Oh my fucking god, what the hell? So here we go, we've only got... That was a fantastic attempt, best yet. So we've only got 2 laps to do this. Okay, bit harsh. So let's try and beat that 312.3 then. You may notice we're not in the stealth colours because it's daylight. You know, we only use the stealth colours at night, but now we're in the very bright colours of white. Is that 312.3? Is that quicker than... What do we race round here? It's a Group A rally cars, wasn't it? That's quicker than that, isn't it? Oh, we can do this flat out. Probably should have realised that corner's a bit tighter. But apparently not. Then we can do the next couple of corners flat out. Can we do this corner? Oh god, okay, we probably can't do that corner flat out. That's the first time I had the brake on this lap, Pers. No! God, that corner's so deceiving how tight it is. Then the next corner as well is deceiving how kind of wide open it is. I know we got a bit too tight, so the rocks on the inside that just pushed us out wide. And you've got to watch out for the rocks around here. Do we go left or right? Let's go left. Let's go. It feels like I have to damp the brakes over every damn jump. Otherwise, this car's just going to be flipping forever. Do you not trust this layout at all? I don't feel like it's been properly tested with this combo. Because you see the car just seems to be flying everywhere. As I was saying, seems to be flying everywhere. So let's talk about, I said, content, talked about locations, the vehicles, maybe the vehicle handling. I haven't talked about that yet. And the vehicle handling I'm not a fan of. As demonstrated. Like that, braking hard. And the car on there goes right. I understand why it wants to go right, but it just doesn't really make sense. You have that with some cars as well, where the braking is just terrible. Like the older vehicles, like the 70s vehicles, that Porsche that we drove earlier. Damn fast car. Round the corners, not terribly in a straight line. Then braking is all over the place. That's what I find with most of the cars, like older cars, is that the braking is just terrible. Doesn't help that collision physics as well with your opponents is abysmal. Same with just landmines everywhere. Especially around this layout where you don't see most of the rocks. Just come at you from nowhere. Have we already done it? Looks like we have. 311.2. Are we going to do the second lap? You know, we've already done it. Okay. So this is smile and wave lap. And yeah, we could just talk about the car visit. So handing, is it fun? That's all it needs to be, basically. In an arcade game. Not really. I wouldn't say it's fun. I'd say you're controlling basically a box. And the hit detection really does point that out to you, especially the hit detection, as I said, with other objects, especially around here with the rocks. Maybe I can actually demonstrate it on this lap. I mean, I've already demonstrated already in this episode, but just in case, you're getting the point. So we go narrow here, gonna hit a rock inside here. Car normally flips. I'm disappointed it did not flip there. What about if I hit, go over a jump? Car flip. Oh, this is terrible. Oh god, where are you going, car? That blinking into existence is a bit annoying as well. That's just personal preference though. So here we go, over a rock. What the hell? We've never gone into the car where it's flipped. Sometimes you get the crazy flips that you see where you just spin like 50 million times. Makes no sense. And then the collision with your fellow vehicles. So car handling, just not the biggest fan of, especially braking. And I say just not enough weight at times. Especially in, say, the trophy trucks. Like, the game demonstrates this is a hard vehicle to accelerate and get out of corners, but you're just not feeling that weight in the controller as... Hello, damage. Put into the left. And damage, as you probably would expect in a title like this, like, it's okay. It's not too severe. And so yeah, that mine's a bit annoying, and then just hitting your opponents. Physics makes no sense then. But you can be down the inside of someone, hit their inside, and then it feels like you get attached to them, and you both go to the outside. It's probably better demonstrating when you're on the outside of someone. Hit them on the outside, that you both go to the inside. You're just attached to them. That's where this kind of ghosting inside the cars feels like and comes from. Like, contact or collision physics are just terrible. Really? I don't expect much. I just expect them to not be this bad or feel this bad. I don't think we've done it this lap. Alright, so not much use of the handbrake in this game with the physics, as yay, we did it. And we did it by over a second ahead of Lancer Delta S4s and Volkswagen 4S. As here we go to end it. We've got a championship at that race round the short layout in Arizona, then an elimination round the figure of 8, and another that race round the long layout to end it all. And we're in the speed cross cars, so the Mini, the Beetle, the Hyundai, the Polo, the Fiesta, or the Subaru WRX. Now, it's probably got to be... We've seen the Mini quite a lot. Not sure about you, Mini, in these races. Always want to end on a Subaru, but that's not my favourite Subaru, unfortunately. WRXs, I'm definitely in Pretzers. The mid-thousands or 90s. Shall we go with the underdog? Maybe end with the Mini Countryman? The Brit me is pulling me towards that, even though Mini are owned by BMW and Volkswagen and blah, blah, blah. So, not Volkswagen, BMW, isn't it? So, should we go with the Ford Fiesta? That is a pretty bitchin' layout. Or livery, should I say. Should we go with the Hyundai? Again, nice looking livery. Let's go with the Mini. Everyone just queues behind. Whoa, what is that? Go, go! No, what are you doing? But it will do for an arcade race, so not special. What the hell? So we are in our mini then, revving up for the first race as we've got 3 laps around the short there. That actually makes sense. And now we're already regretting taking the mini. I forgot there's a bit of a long stretch to the first corner and we're barely overtaking our fellow mini. Hopefully he's got good brakes. Oh, it does. Got good acceleration as well. Get out of here, Ford. Try and go around the outside of the other Ford as well. Up into second. Up into the lead, maybe. And inside of another Ford. Yeah, nicely done. Because now we try and pull away in our mini. Now, as we've talked about quite a lot of the game, what haven't we talked about? Well, we haven't talked about our opponents or the AI. Maybe save that for another race. Should perhaps be the last topic because that's unfortunately a recurring problem with Milestone. Titles. Haven't talked about the graphics. How it runs. Any graphical glitches as well, so... Actually runs alright. If there's actually one thing that Milestone have really done better since upgrading from their own engine to this Unreal Engine is just getting their games to run. So much better now. I remember when they had, so it was like MotoGP 13 or 14, like even first ride, absolutely run abysmally. On consoles, on PC when they put them over, like just absolutely terrible. Like even struggling to get 30 frames, but now the Unreal Engine easy 60. So if there's one thing that's majorly improved with the change from their own engine to the Unreal Engine is just how the games run, just much better now. As complete the first lap in the lead. So yeah, very happy to see that. And the graphics, they're not the best. But then we probably didn't expect them to be. Especially being a Milestone title, they're getting better at graphics. Still not the best. I think it was it Seblo Brady Evo where they upgraded like the lighting for that game and they actually got some favourable reviews about the graphics, how the game looked. And about the rally stage as well, being the most realistic rally stages ever seen. The official title. So I can't wait to play Seblo Rally Evo, go back to that and try it out for that. But yeah, they're getting better. Graphics, are there odd glitches, the shadows we've seen, and I think it was the Blue Paradise circuit when we saw the shadows under the trees getting mixed up with the shadows in the water. I think that's what's happening. You just see those shadows hang in the air, kind of. Is it artifacts and they call that? Well, you just wouldn't be in the right place, so it won't go away. So, we've seen that glitch. You've seen it with like the dust or the fog just hanging in the air a bit too much, or not enough. So yeah, we've seen it with the particles and kind of your shadow graphical glitch, but on the whole, much less glitches than they used to have in their games. Again, that's another improvement being on the Unreal Engine. There are still perhaps too much for Milestone titles. Like if you look at Supercross the game, Supercross 2. Actually, Supercross 2 is alright. But Supercross, look at Ride, there are quite a few glitches that do appear, especially when the game first comes out. They do patch out a few of them, but some still linger, and we've seen that unfortunately with this title. I've also seen quite a lot of popping. Like popping's quite prevalent on, layouts, locations with quite a lot of. What are you doing, Mini? Go! As it's still in third, just keep going. As I told you, collision system's garbage in this game. At least we can still finish second. We got to win at least 2 out of the 3 races. So if we finish second in this one, at least we'll hopefully win the others. That's the aim. Go down the inside of the Ford. So yeah, there are the odd graphical glitches, but it's improving, and yeah, it just runs well. And I'm on an older system as well. I've got like a 980, got i7, I think it's 4760 or 4770. So yeah, a couple years old now, the system, but still runs it beautifully with all the settings on ultra. Again, maybe not the highest quality textures or assets in the game, but still runs well. In some shots with the lighting, does look spectacular in some of the photo modes. Now, some nice touches as well, such as kind of that dust in the air, that fog hanging in the air. That's a pretty nice touch round. I think it's Mont Blanc. Of course, they love showing off their fireworks effects as well. As well. And yeah, just seeing like the dirt just accumulated on the cars as well over a race. That's pretty cool to see. Plus you got all the stuff lingering in the air. You got like helicopters and balloons, even though the helicopter pilot does seem a bit confused at times. Still got that in the air. So yeah, there's quite a lot of good things. Photo mode's alright again. It's just the same as in other games, but it doesn't need to change really for me. Like it's probably the best photo mode in quite a lot of games actually. Like iRacing's got a pretty good photo mode as well. Like The Sims, R-Factor 2, it's pretty good. Actually, it's not R-Factor 2 I'm thinking of, it's Automobilista, but it's based on the R-Factor engine. Anyway, we won in our Mini by 4/10 over the 2, despite that stupid crash and the Ford Fiesta in third. So we lead. We got one of our 2 victories we need. Maybe we can get the other one in elimination next up. That's up to level 87 and an answer Delta ECV, the delivery. The odd issue. Crash physics, absolutely stupid. So here you go then. Round the figure of 8 layout for some elimination. Do we even lift these cars around here? Interesting to see if we do. Try and go down the inside a couple of drivers. Once again, wary of any hidden rocks on the inside. Like, popping doesn't seem to affect you. It's just a graphical thing. Or it could be the rocks on the inside just appearing out of nowhere. I'm not sure. Try and go down the inside for third. We had to make that move. As well, the leader. And then second, just brake checks. So now we're battling for the win for our fellow Mini. The Minis rule the world. Because we've got a blimp in the background. I thought they mentioned there's blimps as well. So yeah, Gravit's alright. Finally, it's just got to talk about our opponents, who are just dumb. Once again, great racing each other, but when you're around, they just drive into you, or just slow down randomly, or as you saw there. And rather than overtake, you just drive into your rear. You're probably saying I am quite aggressive with them. And Martin can't account for everything that someone would do, but the same problem in Supercross 2, in the MotoGP games, in Ride 3, in everything they do. In MXGP, just make opponents that actually realise you're there, that you can actually race with. That's all we ask, that's all we want. Like, people are trying this on the hardest difficulty, must be like putting their hair out. I was trying to race these opponents. It was not fun at all. For an arcade racer, that's a cardinal sin, not having something which isn't that fun. So yeah, that the opponents are just a milestone problem once again, unfortunately. And again, that factors into why this game is probably good for like 20 quid at most now, considering how long it's been out. And when it came out at the time, maybe 30 quid. But that's with DLC included. But the whole package, this game, it's hard to argue for it to be anything more than what you expect an indie title, of course. Nowadays, like between 20 and 30 quid. Like Dangerous Driving, that costs 25 quid, I think. That's how much I rate this. Especially as their single player campaigns seem to be quite similar in length. So we're battling for the win here. See, sometimes they're competitive like this as well, which just makes it even more frustrating that they're brain dead. And then difficulty variety is all over the place as well, considering the events, as you've seen for DLC, bit nicer to us, especially in the smash ups. Then you have the odd race, which is competitive like this, like the first race as well. Like there's so many outtakes of that on this figure of 8 layout because you're barely lifting, and so they're just flat out all the time. As we win again, and we've won the championship. We just have to finish, I think. I know we have to finish in 7th. This is the end, my friend. You've got to do that race around the long layout. All we have to do is finish in 7th, and we've won it. Of course, we're can do a bit better than that, but we've had a dreadful start. Bloody hell. Just a 2 that race as well around the long layout. Expected, but everyone's just slow on the inside. Yeah, sometimes you're just slow in the middle or flat out corners as well, which is a bit frustrating your opponents. So, they're just not that good, unfortunately, opponents, again, for Milestone. So, they really have to go back to the drawing board. I hope they have improved it for MotoGP 19, but I don't hold out much hope at all. Because then it's like they're trying to sell you on the game that actually has features, which they didn't have in MotoGP 18. Like all they had to do to sell your MotoGP 18 was you're on a new engine now, so you know graphics look better, circuit layouts actually look like the actual circuits now. That was it. Because there's nothing else in the game. Like career mode was very sparse. The game as a whole is very sparse, and now they're selling MotoGP 19 on adding back in the features which they previously stripped out of it. It's the old Codemasters trick, like they did with the F1 games from F1 2015 to 16. Like this is the most realistic career mode ever for F1 2016. Like live the life as a driver, even though that used to be career mode back in 2010 and 2011. And there was no career mode in 2015 at all. Like they're taking it out because it's the first game on the new engine, an upgraded engine, and Milestone are just doing the same trick as Cody's are with the way they're selling their game. So I see through you, Milestone, with MotoGP 19, as they bring back the historic riders as well. Not all of them though, in it's like they're mostly focused on the 1000cc era from what I've seen, like the MotoGP era. Well, they're bringing in scenarios with the historic riders, which I remember that being in. It's in the F1 games, again from Codemasters, but the older F1 games where I can't remember what I had for Game Boy. Was it F1 Grand Prix World or something based on the 98-99 season? Where you actually carried out the scenarios which actually happened. It's something, again, Milestone actually have done with Valentino Rossi in the game when they did the game celebrating Valentino Rossi's career. And you could carry out, I think it's like 10 scenarios from his career. And the final scenario I remember was winning the race in South Africa. I think that was the final scenario. He on his debut on the Yamaha back in 2004. When he beat, was it Max Biaggi and Seti Gibernau? Virtually beat Max Biaggi's old rival on the Honda, who we didn't know was in his penultimate year of Grand Prix motorcycle racing. Like when I started watching motorcycle race, and I hardly remember Max Biaggi now in MotoGP. I remember him more for World Superbikes, where he's a double champion. Racing into his 40s at an incredibly high level. That's the only thing missing from his CV, unfortunately, is that Premier Class title, 500cc or MotoGP title. Because he's done everything else on circuit racing. Maybe in Endurance World Championship as well. Maybe he could do that, as they do have the Endurance Championship getting underway for the motorbikes this weekend. 24 hours of, I think it's around Paul Ricard. Or is it Le Mans? No, it's Le Mans. Yes, motorbikes have a 24 hours of Le Mans as well. So yeah, they're doing that in the Endurance World Championship. Seeing like Michael Lafferty and Gino Rea. He used to race in Moto 2. He's been in World Supersport as well in recent years. Seeing him in the top 10. Michael Lafferty's been in Superbikes, been in World British Superbikes. He's also a pundit on the MotoGP coverage for BT Sport as well. So yeah, he's racing that, and he was actually high. It was like 2 laps down in the top 5. So that's around 8 hours in though. So yeah, gravel, as I was saying, good Indy title. I wouldn't say fun. Like, I was really frustrated with this game first time around. Like, I'm a bit more relaxed now, even though I find this DLC, this Colorado DLC, a bit frustrating compared to recent. Like, this is definitely the most frustrating DLC out of the 4. And least fun and least favourite DLC. It's Colorado DLC. Like, the layouts are okay. Having the figure 8 oval in long and short circuit layouts. It's alright, it offers a bit more than Finland did. But again, including this, including all the DLCs and just the whole package of what you get from gravel. Yeah, maybe 20 quid at most. Probably a tenner actually. Probably get it on sale for a tenner, then yeah, I would pick it up for 10 to 15 hours of fun. What is Off-Road Masters thing? Like, I like the concept, just wish it was executed slightly better. With the TV angle viewpoint that's in it going, but I do love the cheesy intros for all the drivers, so who am I to complain? Give me more cheese, god damn it. Actually, I have enough cheese in my burgers. Maybe not too much. I don't actually want to suffer a heart attack at like 30. Okay. So you're coming to the end of our gravel adventure for Off-Road Masters adventure. To go through the final corner and across the line. Get the old handbrake turn on sideways across it as... They did not look as dramatic as I wanted. So we went by 4 seconds ahead of Volkswagen Polo, Ford Fiesta, Subaru Double X. And we get the gold trophy, a maximum 75 from 75, 3 from 3, and a win by 35 points. As we get up to level 89 in the end, unlock a livery for the Ford Focus, Mini X-Raid as well. But most importantly, we end with all 270 stars. Our mission is complete in gravel. Another couple of things to mention as well. Car balance, especially in the DLC, is a bit off. Like you saw that with the armoured operation. Sometimes having like the ferret when you're against like small cars. On a couple of races alright, couple of races was bad. And just not having all of the vehicles from a car class in the race was a bit random, a bit weird and a bit disappointing. And overall, as I said, maybe pick it up for a tenner. I definitely had my fun. Review gravel does it show me my stats? Maybe I can show those off. I think that might be in game options. As you can see, these are either you got free race, multiplayer, time attack, weekly challenges, and downloadable content. So you go personal data. Let's see how long I took. No, that's miles per car, and that's San Marino. See, it doesn't even matter what about the personal data in this game either. They don't really mention your name, does the announcer. It says HUD options, that's what we had Our options. Audio options. As you can see, turned off race music and voiceover, everything slightly changed. Video options, as you can see. Well, I said everything was on high, but everything on ultra. Got motion effect down because I hate that. And same, I got bloom quality at ultra, and I'm going to turn that down as well. For some reason, I love the bloom. Do milestone. And then controller settings, as you would expect, not keyboard. It's a bit disappointing you can't... Oh no, you can bind everything. I was about to say at the bottom it doesn't really look like you can, but you can bind anything and rebind anything. It's about personal data. If I just go through that a bit more, no. We'll never know how long it's taken, but there you go, Ricky Challenge. As you can see, round 4 of the stadium layout with the old cars. I wish we had more races like that now. And you can see here's the downloadable content. As you can see, we've got that was the pre-order pack basically, the Porsche Rally. Then you got the big DLCs, and you got the gift cards such as the Bulldog. Oh, that's it, the Akiona, the first and only electric vehicle to compete and finish the toughest official off-road races in the world. Pairs with all its energy in the gravel fleet. It changes no limitation. I love that car. That was one of my favourite cars in the game. Right, and then you got Opel Kadett as well. There's a free car, Ford HRZ, X even, Ford Bronco, and the Bowler Bulldog. But I hope you enjoyed Gravel. In the end, it was okay. I'll say it's okay. I wish it was better. Like maybe if it was made... I was about to say if it was made by Codemasters, then they made a Horlicks of Dirt 4. Maybe if Kiloton made it, it would maybe be a bit better as well. But then they made V-Rally 4, which wasn't exceptional. So it seems like in this arcade space, like those 3 titles all around similar level, around similar price, or around similar reception. Surprisingly, which is pretty crazy to think about it. But then we have, as I said, titles this year coming out. You've got Sin on Racer, we've got Dangerous Driving already out, and thinking ahead, we've got like the Crash like kart games coming out soon, being remastered and coming out. So yeah, there's lots of arcade races around now, which is fantastic to see. It's great to see it's kind of, I wouldn't say made a comeback, but it's made a comeback more in the mainstream recently. And I just hope someone comes around with an arcade racer which just blows our minds. We haven't had that in this kind of mainstream space for quite a while, unfortunately. Burnout Paradise Remastered is quite good, but apart from that, you know, there's the choices quite level in the playing field and not really standing out. But Gravel, you're okay, worth a tenner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.